Are you intrigued by the power of crowd behavior on football players? The electrifying energy, the daunting hostility, the invisible pressure? Stay tuned to find out how all these elements are influencing the game you love. Let's delve into the captivating realm of sports psychology. Today we'll discuss a fascinating subject that has piqued the interest of researchers worldwide: the influence of crowd behavior on football players. Football is more than just a game. It's a cultural phenomenon that unites millions of people around the world. The intense emotions of the game often compel players to be swayed by the crowd's reactions. In this video, we'll be exploring the impact of this phenomenon on their performance. Come along as we investigate the psychology behind crowds and its effect on football. The crowd plays a crucial role in football matches, driving the game's energy and inspiring players to excel. The stadium atmosphere is electric, and players draw strength from the crowd's energy. The cheering, singing, chanting, and roaring can boost players' confidence and help them exceed their limits. However, the crowd can also have a negative impact on the players. Sometimes the pressure to perform in front of thousands of people can be overwhelming. The crowd can get aggressive and hostile, affecting the player's mental state. They may feel intimidated, anxious, or fearful, which can affect their performance on the field. Several studies have been conducted to understand the impact of crowd behavior on football players. In one study, researchers analyzed players' performance in different stadiums: those with low attendance, those with high attendance, and those with a hostile crowd. The results showed that players performed better in front of a large and supportive crowd. They also found that the players were likelier to make mistakes when playing in front of a hostile crowd. Another study found that the crowd's behavior can affect the referee's decisions. The researchers analyzed thousands of matches and found that referees were more likely to make biased decisions in favor of the home team when the crowd was supportive and vocal. They were also more likely to give red cards and penalties to the away team when the crowd was hostile. According to a study by the sports analytics company Opta, the number of goals scored per game in the top 5 European leagues, England, Spain, Italy, Germany, and France, increased from 2.72 to 2.92 after the leagues restarted without fans in the stadium in 2020. The study also found that the number of shots per game increased from 23.1 to 24.3, indicating a more attacking style of play in the absence of fans. In addition, a survey of 76 professional football players in Italy conducted by researchers from the University of Bologna found that players perceived a lower level of pressure when playing without fans. The study also found that players reported feeling more focused and less distracted during matches played in empty stadiums. However, there also have been some negative impacts on football performance due to the absence of crowds. According to a study by the sports data company Gracenote,
athlete information. We cover more than 4,000 leagues and competitions, international but also local, amongst which of course the North American leagues, NFL, NBA, but we also cover all Olympic sports, including of course the summer and winter games, but also Asian games, Rugby World Cups.
So for a typical football match we will collect the lineups of the teams, the goals as they're scored, the substitutions as they happen, all with timestamps. We have teams of people following the matches on television. One of them is collecting the most important information on the match. The second person is supporting them.
All this data is brought to media publishers. And
home advantage has been significantly reduced during the pandemic, with the proportion of home wins decreasing from 47.1% to 42.7% across the top 5 European leagues. The study suggests that the absence of fans has reduced the psychological advantage that home teams usually have, making it more difficult for them to perform at their best. Overall, these statistics and research suggest that the absence of crowds has had a mixed impact on football performance during the COVID-19 pandemic. While it has led to some positive changes in terms of attacking play and reduced pressure on players, it also has had some negative effects on home advantage and the overall atmosphere of matches. The effect of crowd behavior on football players can be explained by social psychology theories. One such theory is social facilitation, which posits that the presence of others can enhance performance on simple or well-learned tasks, but hinder performance on complex or unfamiliar tasks. This theory explains why crowd noise can have a negative impact on player performance, especially in situations where players need to make complex decisions quickly. Another theory is social identity theory, which explains how individuals derive their sense of self from the groups they belong to. In football, players identify with their team, and the behavior of the crowd can reinforce this identity. A supportive crowd can boost players' confidence and sense of belonging, leading to better performance. Conversely, a hostile or unsupportive crowd can undermine players' sense of identity and lead to poorer performance. Referees are another factor that can be affected by crowd behavior. Research has shown that referees are more likely to make decisions that favor the home team when the crowd is supportive. This is known as the home advantage bias and can have a significant impact on the outcome of a game. However, referees are also human, and crowd behavior can affect their decision-making abilities. The crowd's behavior can lead to stress and anxiety, which can impair cognitive function and lead to errors in judgment. This can result in controversial decisions that can have a lasting impact on the game. As football continues to evolve, so too will the behavior of the crowd. There has been a growing trend towards more inclusive and diverse crowds in recent years. This has led to a more positive and supportive atmosphere in many stadiums, which can benefit players and fans alike. However, there is also a growing concern about the impact of social media on crowd behavior. Online trolling and abuse can have a significant impact on players' mental health and well-being. This can lead to a toxic atmosphere both on and off the pitch, which can undermine the integrity of the game. In conclusion, the behavior of the crowd is a powerful force in football. It can affect players' performance, team cohesion, and the outcome of the game. While a supportive crowd can give players an extra boost of motivation, violent and dangerous crowd behavior can have serious consequences. As football fans, it is essential for us to remember that our behavior can have a profound impact on the game we love. So let's cheer our teams with enthusiasm and positivity, and ensure that the beautiful game remains beautiful for all. Before we wrap up, let me know in the comments what you think about the impact of crowd behavior on football players. Have you ever been to a football match and noticed the crowd's behavior affect the player's performance? Share your experiences with us. Also, it's essential to remember that the crowd's behavior should always be respectful and within the bounds of sportsmanship. Players should not have to endure any form of hostility or abuse from the crowd. We should always strive to create a safe and enjoyable environment for everyone, both on and off the pitch. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and drop your comments and observations. See you in the next one.